Yo, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel and another episode of Sales Education. Today, I'm going to be walking you guys through the psychology of selling. However, before I do that, make sure and click the subscribe button down below so you can give this channel a little bit of support. We can grow and we can get this out to more people so they can start making more money and living a free lifestyle as soon as possible, right? And do me a favor and hit that like button. That would be amazing. Now, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into this episode, all right, of Sales Education. And in this episode, like I said, we're going to be talking about the psychology of selling, right? And there's three main components that really cater to the psychology of selling. Now, those three categories, number one is going to be always be in a state of growth. This is something that I cannot harp on enough, okay? This is something that I used throughout my entire career and still use today. Always be in a state of growth. The second that you get an ego, which may I just mention is huge in today's society. Everybody has this ego. Everybody has this pride about themselves. I have no idea where it comes from because a lot of people really just suck in my opinion, but they somehow have ego. If you have ego in this game, you will lose. And that's just the fact of the matter. So one thing that I advise you to do is always be in that state of growth. And I'm not telling you this because just no reason, right? I'm telling you this for me because it worked for me. When I was at the car dealership, I stayed in a state of growth throughout the entirety of that career inside of car sales. I was constantly learning, constantly growing as I got better. You have to understand, I was smoking people in the car dealership and I was still buying courses like Grant Cardone's course. I was buying all this different stuff to just continue to learn because there's always aspects in sales that you can learn. One of them being phone sales, one of them being cold calling, all these different types of things that you can actually learn in sales, and you need to train for them. If you're always in a state of growth, you will be better as a salesperson, okay? So keep that in your mind when we're talking about the psychology of selling. Number two, the second thing is going to be stop beating around the bush, okay? Your time is valuable as a sales professional and even as just a normal individual. Even if you're not in sales right now and you're watching this video, you need to understand that your time is super valuable and you need to use your time very carefully, especially when you're speaking to people, right? And when I say stop beating around the bush, stop avoiding questions. Does that mean in the beginning of the call or the beginning of your sales pitch, when somebody asks you for the price, that you should say it? No, but you also shouldn't avoid the question entirely. You should ask a question in rebuttal to that question. Hey, why do you want to know the price? Is that the only thing that you care about to get you to succeed? Is that what's going to stop you from actually moving forward to hit your goals? Don't avoid the question, hit it head on, and stop saying, yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. Do not do that. And the reason you don't want to do that is, again, I'm going to revert back here. Your time is valuable as an individual, as a sales professional, and you need to use that very wisely. So when you get a question or you give an answer or whatever the case may be, think about what you say and don't beat around the bush. I promise you this will help you in the long run. Sales or no sales, it will help you. Number three, the final one I'm going to give you guys today for the psychology of selling is going to be what you say literally doesn't matter. Because the fact of the matter is no one really cares what you say. And I know that's kind of hard to hear, especially a lot of you guys that do have that ego and that pride, right? It hurts. But you need to understand that no one cares what you say. They only care how it makes them feel. And I'm going to say that again. Nobody cares what you say. They care about how you make them feel. In sales, this is very important and you need to understand this. When you're talking and when you're presenting and when you're actually taking the call and asking questions, what you're saying does not matter in the slightest. However, how you're making them feel does. If you make them feel like shit, they're probably not going to buy from you. Simple truth. But if you're making them feel very, very good about the whole situation, it starts to build trust. And then as you progress, it starts to get them excited. And then they actually want to buy what you have to offer because two reasons. Number one, they really trust you. And number two, of course, they are actually excited about this product or service that you are selling. So that is super important. You need to understand that what you say doesn't matter. It's how you make someone feel. And that has a lot to do with your tonality, the things that you're giving, the things that you're actually doing instead of saying. It's your actions that matter. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about the psychology of selling. And also keep that in mind when you're actually trying to be good at sales, because that will help you tremendously. Just a little bonus I'm going to give to you guys for the end of this video. This is not included in the 3. This is just a bonus of psychology itself. Don't be unpleasant, right? Don't be nasty, okay? Carry yourself, all right? Make sure your hygiene is taken care of. Make sure that you're dressed professionally when you're actually taking a sales call or you're doing sales in person. Take care of yourself. If you walk in like $1 million, like you're already worth $1 million, okay? You will acquire $1 million eventually, but you have to constantly act like $1 million, right? Now that doesn't mean ego, okay? Just to clarify, you need to act like $1 million. You need to carry yourself like $1 million. You need to have confidence. You need to dress the part, do the things that you're supposed to do. And I promise you, you will be successful, especially in the area of sales where you can make so much money. It is unreal. When everybody goes to school, they want to be a doctor. Why? Because it makes a ton of money and you can actually live a free life. Not really, but you make a ton of money. Sales gives you the same ability, if not more, except you actually can live a free life. So if you would like to, and you found this video super, super valuable, we of course have a program that obviously we sell, we coach people on nonstop. So if you would like to be a part of that program in a community of over 200 plus individuals that are super like-minded and absolutely crushing it in sales, message me down below on Instagram and I will personally reach back out to you and make sure that you are a good fit and we'll move forward. All right. Thank you so much for watching the video. And again, if you haven't, make sure click down below, subscribe and like that video for me. Appreciate it.